And now, Andrew Does Everything proudly presents Cinderella. It is based on the story of Cinderella. What? Let's tell you the story, shall we? Once upon a time, there lived a young girl named Cinderella. Cinderella had 4 ugly, mean stepsisters named Fiona, Ophelia, Ursula, and Ramona. Fiona, Ophelia, Ursula, and Ramona made Cinderella do all the chores. Sweep the floors. Wash the dishes. Do it all. Said Fiona, Ophelia, Ursula, and Ramona all together. One day, the king and Quadrillion Hand's messengers said, "Hear ye, hear ye! The king of Quadrillion Hand is going to throw a ball, and whoever has the most beautiful gown and crown shall marry his son, Prince Forting." But Cinderella is not welcome. Her stepsisters are. "He's going to marry me," said Fiona. Ophelia said, "No way, Fiona! He's going to marry me." Ursula said, "Both of you are wrong! He's going to marry me." Ramona said, "All 3 of you are wrong! He's going to marry me." Later, Cinderella is so sad because she can't go to the ball and marry Prince 14, while her fairy godmother asks her what's wrong by saying, "Why are you crying, Cinderella?" Cinderella responds, "I got lots of chores to be done. I can't go to the ball and marry Prince 14. Cinderella's fairy godmother said, "I can help with a bit of magic." Cinderella's fairy godmother chants the magic words, "Quiddity, quaddity, quaddity, quoo," and waves her magic wand. Because of that, all of Cinderella's chores are all done. But Cinderella's fairy godmother is not done yet. She said, "Cinderella, go fetch me a pumpkin." Luckily, Cinderella has 4 pumpkins. Cinderella's fairy godmother said, and then chants the magic words, "Quiddity, quaddity, quaddity, quoo," and waves her magic wand to turn the 4 pumpkins into a handsome coach drawn by 8 strong horses. And then Cinderella's clothes into a gathered crowd. Cinderella said, "I've never seen such a quadtastic gown. And get a lot of my glass slippers." Her fairy godmother said, "Have fun, mighty Cinderella. But I would warn you, return home before midnight, or the spell will be broken, and everything will turn back to the way it was before." Cinderella accepted the warning. Meanwhile, at the ball, Prince Fortune was wondering who he should marry. Fiona, Ophelia, Ursula, and Ramona said all together, "He's walking towards me." But he's not walking towards any of them. He's walking towards Cinderella. Cinderella and Prince 14 dance happily together. But later, Cinderella realizes it's midnight, so she scurried out of the ball. And she was running so fast that she lost both her glass slippers. Prince 14 was so worried that he might never see Cinderella again. So he traveled all around Quadrillion Hand to find her, and brought the 2 tiny glass slippers with him. He knocked on the door of the home where Cinderella and her stepsisters live, but instead of Cinderella, he finds Fiona, Ophelia, Ursula, and Ramona. He then said, "Ladies, I have a favor to ask. Getting Ellinger tried on these glass slippers. Fiona at first, but her feet are too big. Ophelia's neck, but her feet are too small. Ursula and Ramona did the same thing, but their feet don't fit either. Suddenly, Prince 14 notices Swarla's sweet singing. The glass slippers fit! Swarla gets so excited because she's happy to have her Prince 14 back. And they both lived happily ever after. The end. I hope you enjoyed this story. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share on Andrew Does Everything. And if you want to see some sequels, tell your friends about it. And then, take care, Andrew Stores. Bye. And now, Andrew Does Everything proudly presents 44ella. It is based on the story of Cinderella with a plot twist. Let's tell you the story, shall we? Once upon a time, there was a young adult girl named 44ella. 44ella had 9 ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters named Farah, Ophelia, Ramona, Tanya, Yadina, Fiona, Olivia, Ursula, and Raina. All of them constantly made fun of 44ella and made her do all the chores. 44 wench! Sweep the floors, wash the dishes, do it all! Said the ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters all together. One day, the king of Quadra Tottenham's messenger arrives and says, Hear ye, hear ye! The king of Quadra Tottenham, his royal, kind, wise, bold majesty is going to throw a ball. And whoever has the most beautiful gown and crown shall marry his son, Prince Quadra Toppling. Can I come? Asked 44ella. But she's not welcome. Her ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters are. He's going to marry me, said Farah, the oldest stepsister, but her younger sisters disagree. They even tear 44ella's best party dress. Later, 44ella is so sad, distraught, and upset about not going to the ball and marrying Prince Quadra Toppling. Suddenly, her fairy godmother arrives and comes with 44ella. There, now my dear 44ella, she said, I'll fix everything for you. No one will know it's you. She then waves her magic wand. Because of that, 44ella's chores are done. But her fairy godmother is not done yet. She said, 44ella, go fetch me a pumpkin and some mice. Luckily, 44ella has 44 pumpkins and 88 mice. 44ella's fairy godmother waves her magic wand again to turn the 44 pumpkins into a handsome coach, the 88 mice into horses, and fixes 44ella's now torn dress and makes it bigger and better. 44ella said, I've never seen such a quadra-tastic gown! And get a load of my glass slippers! Fairy godmother, how can I ever thank you enough? 44ella then climbed into the coach. 44ella's fairy godmother said, well, 44ella, my dear, you can't. But have fun. But I will warn you, return home before midnight, where the spell will be broken and everything will change back to normal. And give her a clock to tell her what time it is. And so, 44ella accepts the warning. Meanwhile, at the ball, the king at Quadra Tottenham says, Good evening, everyone. Prince Quadricardigan Tumblingham was wondering who he should marry. Isn't that right, son? To which Prince Quadricardigan Tumblingham responds, yes, father. Suddenly, 44ella arrived at the ball just in time. He's walking towards me, said Farah, Olivia, Ophelia, Ramona, Tanya, Yelena, Fiona, Olivia, Ursula, and Reina all together. But Prince Quadricardigan Tumbling is not walking towards any of them. He's walking towards 44ella. May I have this dance? He then says, in which 44ella says, I was delighted. And so 44ella and Prince Quadricardigan Tumbling dance happily together. But later, 44ella checks her clock and it's almost midnight. So she scurried out of the ball and she was running so fast that she lost both her glass slippers. Prince Quadricardigan Tumbling was really worried that he might never see 44ella again. The king of Quadricardigan Tumblingham comforted by saying, There, now, son. I think we'll be able to find 44ella, my dear daughter-in-law. And so, the king of Quadricardigan Tumblingham and Prince Quadricardigan Tumbling began their journey all around Quadricardigan Tumblingham to find 44ella, who captured Prince Quadricardigan Tumbling's heart and brought the glass slippers she lost with them. By the time they arrived, Prince Quadricardigan Tumbling knocks on the door of the house where 44ella and her 9 ugly, mean, wicked stepsisters lived. But instead of 44ella, they find Farah to Reina. He then says, Ladies, my father, the king of Quadricardigan Tumblingham, and I have a favor to ask. Can any of you try on these glass slippers? And Farah is first, but her foot is too big. Ophelia is next, but her foot is too small. Nonsense! It fits! She said. The rest did the same, but none of their feet are the right size. Suddenly, the king of Quadricardigan Tumblingham and Prince Quadricardigan Tumbling noticed 44ella's sweet singing. Your Majesty and Prince Quadricardigan Tumbling, is that you guys? She heard excitedly. My dear daughter-in-law, 44ella, we found you! And the glass slippers fit, and 44ella, the king of Quadricardigan Tumbling, and Prince Quadricardigan Tumbling lived happily ever after. The end. I hope you enjoyed this story, Underdoers. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share on Andrew Does Everything, and buy our merchandise at AndrewDoesEverything.com. Take care. Bye.